Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back again this Thursday with more Titan Quest. Oh, have they done an app update? I haven't seen on my end. A portentous start, I hope not. Well, we've all got choices to make. Times are definitely tough, but at least you don't have sand up your kilt, like our heroine here. We've got to go through either the Gate of the Palm or the Gate of the Sphinx, because when we left things last time, we were told that we needed to find the Eye of Chaos and the Hand of Balance, and that is still true. Unpleasant. Well, maybe they'll revert that back if we complain about it. In what universe? Should we go right or left? I'm going to be real honest. It makes no difference to me because eventually things are going to loop back around and we're going to do both anyway. So we can go to the Sphinx first, or we can go to the Plateau of Giza first and visit the pyramids. Which would you prefer? Because while you may not be able to control what you see on the Twitch app, you can control what you see here, at least up to a reasonable point. These guys are just hanging out with spears poised like, bruh, that's a really big gate. Nothing's coming through. We're all easy here. I think... Let's go right. I usually do the pyramids first. So just for variety, for my own sake, I will do the Sphinx. Honestly, I've heard people complain before that this part of the game is very samey because of the color. Like, folks just don't care for the, everything being sand colored, that dun color. Or dune color, I suppose, would be closer. But I like it. First of all, I mean, Greece was mostly the same color, too. If you're going to be like that about it in terms of variety of terrain. And really, the terrain is actually pretty varied in all of the locations. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But this area is really beautiful. The green grass, you have the river over there. The statues and stuff to break it up. Ooh, and we have already found a hero monster. I'm trying to remember to actually call them hero monsters because my knee-jerk, instinct is to call them mini-bosses. And I guess that's the same thing, but, like a boss monster guards something, I suppose, is kind of the way that I think of it, whereas a hero monster is just a random tough guy. May not have any good treasure, like that dude back there did not drop anything. Yay. So I feel like they're not really boss monsters. You're just getting experience points for them, but there's wandering champions. Something else that games like Diablo gave us. Slavering hyena beasts. They're different from regular hyena beasts because there's more saliva. They have a greater desire to eat you. Alright, and we're running into the undead already. That's going to be pretty common here, as you might expect from Egypt, honestly. Like, surprising no one. There we go. Man, that distort reality is so good. It's so good, you guys. We'll just chew through these guys real quick. There we go. We've already got a level. That's how I like to start a stream. That's how I like the episode to go. Man, well, let's go ahead and throw that in. Ooh, 3 points. I'm kind of tempted to just dump all 3 of them in here to raise this up and unlock this next tier of abilities. But I'm not going to. I'm going to put 2 in there because if I put all 3, we couldn't purchase any of these abilities anyway. So I'm going to leave it at 2 and then spend the other ones somewhere else. And honestly, you know, it's been a while. I think I'm going to put another point in Distort Reality, actually. So we always want to kind of, you know, distribute our points or share our points between Dream and Warfare. Oh, giant scorpions. So, I've never played an Animal Crossing game in my life. Speaking of tourism, since you mentioned tourism, and I am playing New Horizons. Been playing a lot for the past few days, and scorpions have been my bane. Today is my 5th day on the island, and it wasn't until late last night that I finally caught a scorpion without it stinging me first. We had a grudge match, and thankfully I finally won. So, honestly, after meeting the scorpions in Animal Crossing, the ones here in Titan Quest, the like giant horse-sized scorpions, seem much less intimidating. Oh, these awful things. These giant ant lions. I hate them. Because they're really big, but like the texture on their skin makes them look kind of squishy. And honestly, I don't know what it is about bugs in general, but for some reason I can deal with them a lot better. Like, I'm not afraid of bugs. I don't hate bugs. I don't really even dislike them in the general sense, the way some people do. But just, you know, if they've got a hard shell or something, then I can deal with them a lot better if they have a carapace. But if they have those soft, like squishy, kind of fleshy-looking exoskeletons, I don't know. There's just something unpleasant about that. Maybe it's the same problem that some people have when, you know, you get into a game and certain enemies look really organic. There we go. Man, that Mastery Shrine really makes a difference, because you can see the power that it puts behind things like Psionic Touch, but also everything that we have is getting an additional 2 ranks. So that's Lucid Dreaming, that's Distort Reality, that's, you know, Dual Wield, all of that stuff. Ooh, speaking of carapaces, excellent. Rigid carapace. Definitely need that. I'm just kind of going around the edge, but honestly I should go in there and get that portal to make sure that if something happens we have an easy way back. I'm going to be responsible and go do that. You may notice, in addition to the fire beetles, sometimes these sort of ghost or ghoul looking things are swirling up out of the sand, and those are called sand wraiths. Excellent. Pyramids. And the pyramids in here are so lovingly rendered, and I really enjoy their appearance because, along with things like, I joked about still being salty over the Library of Alexandria, but we know what the pyramids were made from before they eroded with time and thievery and so on, you know, vandalism. Um, but we'll never actually see them. And to see them here, this is one of the best renditions of them I think that I have seen. To see that blinding white coating on them, and then the golden capstones. I love that they're actual fire beetles, like literal fire beetles, breathing lava everywhere. We've got a couple of different underground passages here. One of them sort of dead ends. Here we go. There's the sand wraiths. They count as demons. But I like their design with the disconnected hands. Anyway, one of these will sort of dead end in like a tomb. And then the other one, if I've got my bearings correct, is going to loop back around to the other area. Okay, we don't want to go to the Great Pyramid of Khufu just yet. Head back this way and clear out the rest of this part of the map first. There, Distort Reality works really well against those guys, considering that they're demons. Oh, well, actually, we don't have the passive bonus unlocked yet, do we? I don't think. That's Temporal Rift. We unlock that with the next tier. Miss anything here? Nope, we're good. Let's head over this way. This tomb definitely dead ends, so we'll duck in there. Ooh, alright, some ghosts. I love to see it. Of course, I'd like it more if they dropped spectral matter. Anything good? Not really. More ghosts. There are a few of those hovering outside in this area. Mostly it's corporeal undead, but... There we go. And here is the Sphinx. You can see that it's already been damaged by the passage of the Telkeen. Man, loads of ghosts here. Yeah, this is before Napoleon got to it, obviously. He's not been born yet. But at the same time, it makes you wonder, like, you saw its paw had been smashed. So it's like, I guess they fixed that in the intervening period. Yeah, that's probably true, I'm gonna guess. Like, there's less scaffolding required, if nothing else. Ooh-wee. Okay. Ooh! Oh my. Ooh, and we've already got a blue item. I'm not sure what caused that glitch. Did y'all see that? Something kind of like that happened last time. Go. I know that there weren't too many enemies on the screen at one time, but it always makes me nervous when the game just god trashes like that. Ooh, Urinoma. Urinomuses? We haven't seen those since Greece. Ooh, a battle marker. Nice. Well, these guys won't last long. I love when they ragdoll straight into an opening like that. You can still see that one down there. The bottomless pits are my favorite, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to take advantage of having the battle marker on to kill a few of these hideous phasma before we actually take down the generators. go. Take one down. I was hoping that they might drop some spectral matter. I'm still not sure if they do. For sure. I can't remember. Revolting zombies, but and sepulchers. Alright, floor cache. Oop, trap. We'll just dodge away from that. And they're spawning in pretty generous groups. Another trap. I mean, that makes sense. It's fair. Oh, and here we go. Hero monster. I'm going to use Distort Reality to stun those guys while I run around and take care of the traps. Ooh. There we go. I think that's everything. Reshelf, Undying King of Nubia. Come on. There we go. And that battle standard is so good. Now you might think that that's the end, but it's not. In fact, there's another rebirth fountain. That's how much room there is under the Sphinx. Oh my goodness. Did I actually miss a room? Gross. Okay, well, we'll get it on the way out. I am going to go ahead and take out this Dark Obelisk just because there are other monsters in the room. I'm not here to farm. There we go. More traps, spellcasters everywhere. These tombs are well defended. And of course, you know, the Telkeen is causing a lot of this chaos by having passed through. But you have to wonder because, you know, this is Egypt, right? Famous for its curses on tombs and supernatural guardians and things. I wonder how many of these undead creatures were actually, like, already awake and doing this job before the Telkeen passed alongside. How many of them were already active? Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, there's a lot here. I'm going to go ahead and get this obelisk. Take care of a few of them. I'm not sure if it's magic or just, like, you know, chemicals that cause the embalmed dead to catch on fire when you punch their bandages off. Okay, this is a boss room. Canopic Shrine of Imset. We're going to go ahead and smash those first. Oh, see, and there we go. Each time we do that, one of these statues is going to get possessed and stand up, which is really cool. I love the animation. And also the way that, like, you can see here on its back the rough stone and how it's being held together basically by magic because these joints are not supposed to bend. They were carved all as one piece. Oh, there we go. Tainted Revenant. We'll take you down. Canopic Shrine of Hoppy. Well, that makes me unhoppy. Here we go. Need to put a few more points in Psionic Touch, I think, if I'm going to stand here and beat on stuff like this, then every third hit ought to be a little more powerful. Maybe we'll do that next level. Okay, Canopic Shrine of Kabek Senef, I think. We can see the Hand of Balance in there through the doorway. Ah! Turn this way so that way you guys can see a little bit more of the detail. The statues are really cool. Boom. Let's see if I can make use of the battle standard for a little bit longer. Oh, no, it went down. Okay. No problem. I don't think stunning really works on these. Yeah, because they're constructs. That's alright. This is not a terribly difficult fight. You can see they're not hurting me that badly. It's mostly an endurance game. But we're well built for this, too. Y'all chose a good combination, and between our Warfare and Dream powers, you know, our attack speed, Sonic Touch, and so forth, we're dealing a lot of damage very quickly. We're hurting them a lot faster than they're hurting us. Okay. Hand of Balance. First thing first. Dink. There we go. We have the scepter. So that's the first half. Now, let's take our other rewards here. What's in the majestic chest? Hey, Tutmosis Buckler, another blue item, and a stately coronal of reprisal. Well, let's see what we've got. So here's the Nomad's hunting bow. We picked that up earlier. Another really good hunting mastery weapon. Vitality damage, health drain, bonus to health and energy, total speed, and projectile speed. That's great. Tutmosis Buckler. Pretty solid. Piercing resistance, block chance, fire retaliation, strength, and dex. And then this here is a helmet. We have to be level 25 to wear it. We're almost there, though. Ooh. Actually, there we go. Forgot to spend those points again like I do. Life Leech Retaliation, a percentile bonus to strength, intelligence, and dexterity, as well as some energy regeneration. That's really good. I'm going to hang on to that, and health regen or no health regen, I think it may be time for us to replace our existing helmet. Now, normally, I would just teleport out of here. I probably still should, but we left that one room, and there's no telling what's in there, and we've already found 2 blue items just in this one dungeon, so I know that if I don't go over there, then I'll be leaving behind something really valuable, like an arcane formula or a set item or something like that. Plus, with no enemies in the way, we're not stopping to loot anything, then it's a much quicker trip back than it was in. Why are all those ghosts' bodies just lying there? Here we go. Come on, give me some demon blood. Nobody? Really? Okay, huh. That many of them and they didn't. Well, that's fine, I guess. Alright. Well, so we have half of what we need now. Now we just have to find the Eye of Chaos, which is not in the Sphinx. It is going to be found elsewhere. That's alright, we still have plenty of area to explore. Man, those beast charm drops are just not coming. Upsetting. Oof, but not as upsetting as those. You Resident Evil looking bastards. Hey. On the other hand, vile liquor. Okay, let's see. So we've done the Sphinx. We have a cave there and a tomb there that we need to clear out. Let's grab this Shrine of Mastery. Nice. Those sand wraiths are no match for us. Oh, he saw us from all the way over there, I guess. More ghostes. I keep hoping because we're fighting so many ghosts and demons that we'll find some spectral matter or some demon's blood, but it's just not happening. There we go. I'm still used to the old days before they added throwing weapons, because over the lifespan of Titan Quest as a game, that's a fairly recent development, and so whenever something just comes flying at me and it's not an arrow or a spell, I get momentarily confused, like I can't figure out where it's coming from. What is that? I think that's really what it is part of my brain is trying to figure out what's being shot at me, because it's, you know, a throwing axe or a throwing knife or something, and it doesn't look like a regular projectile, so I just kind of squint and I'm like, eh? And that takes up the processing power that I need to use to calculate, like, the origin point.
Monsters have broken in here. They must be stopped. If they defile Pharaoh's sarcophagus, terrible things will happen.
Yep. Terrible things are going to happen anyway, but luckily the terrible things are us and what we're going to do to the monsters. Alright, more rigid carapace. Ugh. Also these terrible things. Buh. Nice. That extra rank that we just put in. Already showing its strength. It's such a good spell. It's a good thing they don't have friendly fire turned on, though, because in multiplayer, oh, that would be so awful. Could you imagine? I'm normally not a huge fan of attacks that just radiate outwards from me. And that's one of the reasons why, is, you know, things like Years of Dungeons and Dragons have kind of made me gun shy, because you so often are within 5 to 15 feet of a friend, of an ally, and the last thing that you want to do is, you know, create an explosion centered on yourself. That's even kind of it's a joke. It's like a meme in the community, right? Dropping a fireball at ground zero. And then they go and actually create spells that do just that. Thankfully, in this game, it's not a problem. Hey, there's some spectral matter. Sand wraiths are unique in that I believe they can drop both spectral matter and demon's blood, because they're technically demons, but where they're incorporeal, you see, they can drop spectral matter as well. Hey. Clear these tombs out and then head into the pyramid. More ghosts. This is so helpful. And look at this. These monsters are worth quite a bit, too. We've already almost leveled up again, which is great. I'm loving that. And you can see, too, like, this is... I've mentioned on the stream before that this is one of the things that I really appreciate about Titan Quest is that you don't really have to level grind. You can, but it's not necessary. And I've taken a couple deaths so far, but they have mostly been, like, my fault. Ooh. Having some visual issues today. Steam did just have an update, and I'm playing the Steam version of this rather than the GOG version. I have both. But for whatever reason, I decided to play the Steam version, and sometimes it does that. It just do that. Of course, for preference, I tend to trust the GOG version because that's what they specialize in, is, you know, working actively to make older games friendly to newer systems. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way, but... And if you're watching this on YouTube after I upload it, then the links where you can get this game are below on Steam and GOG alike, so that way you can try it for yourself, which I highly encourage. Goodness. Oh, my frame rate. What is happening? I'm really not sure why it's doing that. It's never done that before. Aha, the missing brother.
No, stay back! Don't go in there. It's gone mad. It won't obey me.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Ah, Hesisunebef. Hesisunebef, Ancestral Guardian. Confusion works on it even if stun really doesn't, which is great. Go. And you'll notice that I have filtered out yellow items at this point, like quite some time ago, so we're only seeing it if it's green or better.
It's dead, isn't it? Oh, I had hoped to use it against the monsters. It should have followed my command. It was as if it was possessed. My sister, Tatari, must be worried sick about me. I should return to her.
Yes, this was one of our side quests. We'll complete that the next time that we head back into Memphis. Alright. There in front. Let's see. What's the fastest way? There. Okay, we want to go that way before we head back to the pyramid. Years of JRPGs have taught me if you know where the big boss is or where the end of the level is, you go every other direction first to make sure that everything is cleaned up and that you don't leave anything behind you. Okay, the Fayum passage. This is the one that connects back around the other direction, because the Oasis of Fayum is one of the places that we will wind up going later. And there will be a portal there as well. Okay. Well, with that behind us, then we will wait, because Imhotep's going to tell us to go to the Fayum Oasis anyway, so we'll come over this way, and we'll head on into the pyramid. This way. No, I don't think so. Not dealing with that. Ugh. And of course, pyramids have a lot of Western mythology associated with them, where we have built them up to have all kinds of mystery surrounding them and so forth ourselves. But this pyramid, as far as I know, is actually pretty accurately designed. Now, I'm not certain, because I am not an Egyptologist, if it actually shares the exact floor plan of the Great Pyramid or not. But it is built, like, kind of loosely like a pyramid should be. Whereas in, like, it's not a maze of chambers, you know. It mostly has a couple of hallways going up and down, you know, and then there's like a great central chamber there. Which is my understanding of approximately what pyramids are like on the inside. Oh man, we are so close. Alright, here's one burial chamber down. Head back up to the main corridor. Of course, you notice that there are a number of doors. This is also a door. I'm going to go to the other end. Man, I can see these models. It's slowing down, like, way too often for me to feel comfortable about it, and I see the models sort of trying to trash themselves. Of course, Nvidia just put out a video card update too, so that could be it. Who knows? Unexpected technical issues are the streamer's bane. That's all I know. These Tomb Guardians are being awfully generous with their charm drops, which I appreciate, even if nobody else is. There was a ghost in that mummy. Okay. Here we go. The Lupine Claw. Let me go ahead and combine those. We're not carrying a lot of stuff, but there we go. I think with the pieces we have in the chest, we might almost have a full one. Where are you coming from? They just rose up out of a stone tile floor. Hound of Anubis. There we go. Okay, there's Khufu's sarcophagus. These enemies aren't super rough, but... Ooh. But I'm fighting the game today, apparently. This army is full of zombies, and then they, like these phasma and so forth. It can really take quite a while to clear them out. Oh, nice. There's that new level, though. Excellent. You love to see it. That's almost all of the Pharaoh's guards, as it were. Okay. Open this coffer here. And I apologize with the greatest respect, Pharaoh. Nothing. Oop, there we go. Oop, gotta turn my cycling back off. That's what really happens. See, there we go. The Staff of Khufu. That's what we needed. It didn't want to pop up. You can see now with this turned on, like all of the yellow things that we're leaving, because there just really hasn't been a need to pick up most of this treasure. What we have is largely fine. As long as we're getting along without them, then, you know, we don't need anything that isn't green or better. Hmm. I just wanted to make sure that everything's kosher. Woohoo! You can see, like, this is something that we've not really been seeing the entire game. These gray items, because those are actually broken. Not really worth very much. And you can see, too, that if we left it on to where everything was on all the time, it would very quickly pick up, like, most of the screen. Sadiki, Champion of Anubis, Jackalman Hero. I don't think so. There we go. Khufu's Curse. It's a side quest we didn't even know we had. No, that's actually the one where the fellow that we met outside who said monsters had broken in, so those were the monsters that had broken in. Okay, and I think that that takes care of those side quests. We still need to report back to Tethari about finding her brother, if he hasn't beaten us to it. And then, of course, we're going to need to speak with the High Priest as well, Zazamonk. Let's go ahead and just teleport back to Memphis. We'll take care of both of those at once. Remember, he wanted the Staff of Power, and that's the Staff of Khufu that we just found.
Everything I feared, but thank the gods, Unos is alive. Bless you, stranger, for your help. That guardian was not our only family heirloom. Have this. It may come of use.
She gave us an engraved ring of servitude, which sounds terrible, except that I believe that it gives a bonus to our pets. Yes, 10 armor and 40 health. Excellent. Alright. Oh, yeah. Let's spend our points real quick. Okay, I keep saying I'm going to, so I really should put a point in Psionic Touch at the very least. I'm going to put one over here to unlock this. And then Battle Standard has really been helping us. It's always going to last 20 seconds. Pretty much. But what it... Let's see, extra lifetime, 20 seconds. No, it does increase. Okay. Let's do that then. Yeah. The longer it lasts, the better it can serve us.
Shall I believe my eyes? Is that the staff of Khufu? Osiris, strike your enemies. I must reward you handsomely for this. Here.
Amun-Ra's glory. I dig it.
With this staff, authority. With authority, leadership. With leadership, Memphis yet has hope against the monster threat.
Let's hope so. Alright, that takes care of those quests for now. And we've got a few things to put in our caravan. And we should report back to Imhotep that we found the Hand of Balance.
Excellent. Now bring me the other artifact and we can begin the invocation ceremony.
Alright, first, down here to storage. Then we'll sell a few things. And then we'll go on.
Storage for the burdened traveler.
Let's see, we need the bow, this shield, and let us see, what do we have? There's the lupine claw. Excellent. Another charm completed. And we still have some pieces left over for the next one. Okay, rigid carapace. This is going to make 3 of those. Spectral matter. I was hoping that we had a full one, but unfortunately. There we go. And then Amun-Ra. Yes, we do have another one. There we go. Okay. It's coming right along. Oops. Our little collection. I can't believe we've only found 1 Bat Fang, honestly. I mean, they're kind of an uncommon drop, but not that uncommon to where I would have thought that we'd have found something, you know. Bone Staff of Flame. Are these worth keeping? Not really. Not really. We'll go ahead and sell.
I don't have time for idle chit-chat. I'm too busy. I suppose you'll want something that's sold out.
There we go. You have anything good? No.
Bye then.
We're fine. I'll go check the magic shop just to see if they've got anything good.
Well, look, a mighty warrior from foreign lands. I'm sure you will find just what you are looking for.
Sometimes they'll have green charms, but...
Come again.
Okay. Now, we're going to head out the other door. There's more scorpions in this direction. Fewer flaming beetles and jackal men. You'll notice the difference. Here we go. Out into the desert wastes. Now remember when this guy just like a short time ago was a mini-boss? Not just a hero monster, of course, but a mini-boss. Proper mini-boss. Come on. There we go. Just gather round. These guys look really intimidating, and I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to actually fight them, but like in real life, but they're not really a huge challenge to us. Ooh, more Dune Raiders. We haven't seen them in a little while. There's the next rebirth fountain. That's the direction that we're supposed to go, of course, so we're going to go every other direction. A veteran assassin. He's got some experience. Oh. Dropped one of those yellowish green items, a windswept harness. I think I'm going to leave the filter on for yellow items for now because we're getting to the level where some of our equipment is aging out a little bit. Maybe. I don't want that to happen. This area is not huge, but there's a couple of tombs here, a couple of little side dungeons. I'll go ahead and head into this one. Ugh, God, these things are so nasty. With those multi-part jaws that open up, they remind me of the graboids from the Tremors movies. You know, I rewatched the original Tremors not that long ago, and I have to say, as someone who loves like horror and sci-fi movies, who loves a good monster movie, and as someone who is a huge fan of B-movies like Roger Corman films, and although I would never call them B-movies, of like the Toho Godzilla film universe, you know, basically in anything where you can see the zipper on the suit. I have to say that the original Tremors holds up phenomenally well. Completely unrelated, you know, except tangentially, but that's just my opinion. I think all of these years later, it's still just a really solid movie. You know? Right? It really is. The acting holds up. The special effects, I think, hold up pretty well. And the plot is fairly, like, timeless enough that because they're out in the boonies and stuff, you don't really notice that it's the 90s. Like, it is still the kind of movie that could happen today. The sequels were not as good. They were fun. Let's see what's in here. Anything other than floor cache? Nope, that's alright. Floor cache is all we need. Our first love, our only love. Excellent. Oh, these nasty things. I think this is the last room. No, there's one more. Ooh, and there's a hero monster in there. Ah, but he can be stunned. Let's try. Our new battle standard. Man, Mankara the Wise, he's hitting awfully hard. Don't like it. Take out this fire trap, just to be safe. And that gives me a chance to get round and use a potion as well. Well, if he can be stunned, that means that I can use Warhorn. Come on. There we go. Come on. That was a near thing. He's a little bit hard. Oh. Yes. So there are little Easter egg things scattered throughout the game. I mentioned one of them, which we'll come back to later. That room that's difficult to get into back in Delphi. This is another one. There are a few documents and similar that can be found on certain monsters. I don't know for certain if this is the first one in the game that can spawn, but it is usually the first one that I find. And it's a blue item because it is unique, you know, only meant to spawn once a game, and it draws your attention. Letter to Mummy. Dear Mummy, camp has been great. I've earned lots of merit badges, and Mr. Smithicus told me I was better at bandaging and first aid than anyone he's ever seen. We also get to see a guest speaker every Wednesday. You should come, then everyone can see that I'm related to a famous rapper. The food is awful, though. They don't know how to cook a decent meal for us undead folk. I wish someone would make I wish someone would make the chefs earn their keep. Really, it's a pretty grave situation altogether. In fact, yesterday morning, something on my plate moved. I was really cripped out. Ah. Anyway, enough about me. How are you doing down there in the land of sunshine and monoliths? Still making money off that pyramid scheme? Keep it up and you'll be set for life. I bid you farewell, Puniti the Unshriven Junior. Puniti. Oh. Yeah. No, death is too good. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, good night, folks. It's been fun. Shut it down. Oh, these guys actually hit pretty hard. They're almost a threat. So, horrifying as that level of unhumor may be, um, there are a few things like that scattered throughout the game, and whether they make you groan or make you laugh, at least they get a reaction. No one can say otherwise. Oh Lord, I'm still reeling from that. And it's just as bad every time. Like I said, I've picked that up so many times and just... so many Egyptian puns. Like, I bid you farewell, that's... that's a war crime. It makes me want to side with the monsters. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's skedaddle right on along. Why did I just drink an energy potion? Because I hit the wrong button. You're always hitting the wrong button, Starfish. There we go. Maybe we'll get lucky and these sand wraiths will drop some more spectral matter for us. Thorn's aura, not too bad. There we go, that was well timed. We needed a little bit of free healing. Ooh, nice. This is coming right along. Go this way. Once again, I'm just going to kind of go around the edge to outline the area, and then I always come back to the center. A majestic chest, because that's Sand Queen Masika. Ooh, no. Get out of here with that. Ugh. You can see she is a rough one. Oof. This is not like the this is not the Shadow Maw of Act 2, but it might seem like it is, say because she's level 28. I think it's maybe like loosely intended to be that, In every act, there is at least one boss that is just, you know, kind of high level. That slow thing. But she spawns minions. She has some really nasty attacks. Oof. I feel like I do have to concentrate in order to, Oh, yes, come on. Stay right there in that. Ah, she destroyed it. Ah, she's so mobile. That's the thing I hate the most. It's like, you know, stand still and let me hit you. Come on. It wasn't for the animations, I wouldn't know for sure that that I had actually hit her with Distort Reality. Our nightmare's already gone down again. My goodness. There we go. Phew. Stonewall and Thresher, 2 blue items. Hey! See, I just don't think that she is nearly as bad as Shadow Maw. But that's, you know, like I said, that's what she's intended to be, is she's basically the Shadow Maw of this, of Chapter 2, or of Act 2. Let's see. So, Stonewall. Hey! A very appropriate shield, right? For this channel, anyway. Let's see. Physical resistance, pierce resistance, stun, and a 10% chance of either reduced defensive ability retaliation, stun retaliation, or defensive ability. Not bad, not bad. And then Thresher is this little axe right here. Sort of a sickle. 34 to 43 damage. Ooh. This could be an upgrade, folks. Pierce resistance, poison resistance, and a percentile bonus, which means it scales to strength, intelligence, dexterity, health, and energy, and also plus 75% damage to plants. Not something that we've fought a lot of yet, but that'll come in handy later anyway. Let's check these stats. Yeah, that's really strange. I can't believe that's... Takes it down to 108. That one takes it down by a lot, so we can't replace the Might of Brennus. I thought for sure it would be better than the Trader's Shiv. I guess it's that 10% attack speed, honestly, because all those percentile bonuses are so good and the base damage is higher, it has to be the attack speed. Which means we can hang on to that, and then if we find something that perhaps increases our attack speed to bring that back up, then we're in business. We can swap weapons. Ooh. A magma beetle. Worse than a fire beetle. Man, I hate these things. Ugh. Okay, that's where we're supposed to go next, so now we'll head to the center. Oh, another rigid carapace. Excellent. You will notice that while the fire beetles drop those, the antlions do not. Referring back to my comments of earlier of how they have the soft, squishy exoskeleton that I hate. Go. This should be the last little bit. How did we miss you earlier? There we go. No harm done. And I believe that takes care of that. Oh, nope, there is one last little bit down here on the other side of this corridor. There's not like a whole other plateau. It's just wide enough that if you walk down one side of it hugging the edge of the cliff, then you don't uncover everything. There we go. Alright, now we're good to go. Let's move it along, and you'll see what comes next. Phew. Ah, how did we miss you? I was just about to say our heroine's sandals must be getting really scuffed. She must be getting tired of all this sand. Alright, floor cache. Okay. Now, we are approaching the area where we're going to be hunting for the Eye of Chaos to go with the Hand of Balance. I thought about asking y'all which one you would rather do first, but it's short enough that, you know, I knew we were going to do both in one video. And so I didn't bother with a Twitter poll or anything. But I hope that if you're not already subscribed, that you'll consider doing so, and follow me over on YouTube as well when I upload this tomorrow. And that you will consider following me on Twitter and Facebook and Pillow Fort, and so that way, when I do put polls and things up, you can participate in them, and you can have a say in how the adventure unfolds. Because Titan Quest is... it's more linear in terms of what's available, like plot-wise. There's just one story to tell than some of the other games that I have played on the channel, like Might and Magic 6. Or some of the games that I'm currently playing on the channel, like Might and Magic 7. There's just not as much choice and direction of, you know, how the actual main scenario is going to go, because there is one set story. But there is so much character customization. And I have to say that y'all picked one of my favorites. I think I've said that before, but it's worth saying again that Warfare and Dream is a blast to play. No pun intended. We've had enough of those in this video. Out of here, jackal men. Stab you over the fence. Another rebirth fountain up here, meaning of course that that's the way we're supposed to go, meaning that we will shortly be heading back in the other direction. We'll clear these out first though and get the edge of the map. Anything good? No. Well, cash. Cash is always good. Cash and free healthcare. Just like what we need to get through this coronavirus pandemic. Okay, I am going to grab the rebirth fountain, but then I'm going to turn around at the pass and we're going to head back in this direction. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that I can do some little something to entertain y'all while we're stuck inside like this, these additional stream series, because I was perfectly happy doing just one a week, but going up to 3 a week with the help of you as viewers and with the help of Specific Pixel on our other series. You know, it's proven to me at least that I can handle it, that I can do the editing, and that you know, I can juggle all of those different moving parts, which is great. So I appreciate y'all being here, coming and watching. You know, that means the world to me, because that's what I'm doing it for, is to entertain you. And so if you're having a good enough time to stick around, you know, your likes and subscriptions and so forth, that's what encourages me to keep going and play more games like this. And I hope that showcasing them will cause you to love them as much as I do, so that you will dig them up and play them for yourself. There's certainly a need for that right now with all of us stuck inside. People have, said for years that video games and that type of media in general are, oh, it's not good for you, too much is bad. And of course, too much of anything is a bad thing, even if it starts out as a good thing. But they've really done an about-face, as the data has shown, these studies that are being conducted, that, it's really a great coping mechanism. It's a powerful tool to fight off depression and to maintain our mental health during these really tough times. So that's one of the reasons why I'm glad to bring these to y'all, so that you can check these out. And if I can cause you to enjoy them by playing them for you, then that is absolutely fine with me. But if you decide to go out and play it for yourself and enjoy it in your own way as well after you see my streams, or after you're watching this on YouTube and you see my videos, then so much the better. Because I think if you love something, you should want to share it. Ooh, Sart Soul Renders, Scorpo's hero. Let's maybe not, Sart. There we go, that battle standard will help. Ooh, he dropped an Ujjat of Horus, nice. Let's see, anything besides cash that's worthwhile? Nah, I'm not going to pick the rest of that up, really. Well, I have so much backpack space. I'm not using it. I might as well, since I have the filter on. That's why I turned it on. I know, you don't have to remind me. Remind myself. Alright, up through the pass. Flame on. Haha. And now we are in the Fayum Desert. And you'll remember from the Pyramid of Giza that other cave was called the Fayum Passage. So the Fayum Desert connects to both of those areas, just in different ways. This one, like, you're actually going to walk to the oasis when you come this way. From the plateau, you would take that cave. More diseased plumage. Nice. We don't need that very often, but it's better to have it and not need it than the other way around. And eventually, like, here in this area is where we will find the other end of the Fayum Passage. And we will climb that to get back through. Ooh, hey! Find that to get back through to Giza. The Molten Orb. Hey. Now that is a really great artifact. I can't remember if we already have a copy of this or not, but we need a Prometheus's Flame, a Boarhide, and a Rigid Carapace, which is awesome because this is going to make us 4 Rigid Carapace or 5. One of the two, I'm not sure. So we either only need one more piece to complete it, or that piece will complete it. We'll check next time that we stop off at Memphis. Molten Orb just increases the amount of fire damage that you deal by an enormous amount, and adds fire damage if you're not already doing it. Increases like your burn damage and so forth. So we'll have to see, since it's using charms and things that we don't really need for anything else, we can compare it to the one that we're wearing and see whether or not maybe it's a better idea. And y'all can decide whether you would like for me to swap. Ooh. Another destroyed temple here. You can see it's still smoking. That's a weird place to put the stairs. Like, you'd think... Okay, there's stairs on the other side, too. I was gonna say, like, if that's the entrance, why is it facing that cliff instead of out this way? And there is an Order of Prometheus Sage.
You're the one from Greece, aren't you? The one who killed the Telkin. Would you believe it? A Telkin was here. A Telkin did this.
Just yesterday, these pillars were standing and whole. I have guarded this Promethean temple from thieves and desert beasts, but I was powerless against the Telkin. In truth, I was lucky to escape alive.
Unfortunate. Well, we will take this battle marker and go get a little revenge. There we go. Get out of here. Now, one of these right here is going to be the Fayum Passage. I think that it's this one, actually, that we're standing in front of. It may be that other one over there. Let me duck down and see. Yeah, this is the Fayum Passage. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You can see on the auto map over there the indicator that, see here are some NPCs. There's a portal, there are shopkeepers. So that way, if you come from Giza, then your reward is that you pop out basically right next to the town so that you immediately have access to a portal and so forth. So we're going to grab the portal. That makes it easier to get back here so that we can just teleport. And then we will go backwards through the Fayum Passage and clear it out. There's the portal. There's the Rebirth Fountain. And here's a quest.
It's true, the caravans have stopped coming. A Doom Raider chieftain named Isnu leads his tribe against all who travel the desert roads.
Alright, so we need to take care of that then.
Weapons, armor, potions, bows, and staves. What would be your choosing?
I don't think we've picked up anything that is really better than what we've got on. Yeah, this looks really cool, but that's all that it does, really. Let's see. Amulet of Reasoning, nope. Nope. Okay, I'll check that in a moment. That may be better. Ooh, is this better than our Bracelet of the Glade? Arguably, but I like that our special quality's better. Put that over there. Go, we'll dump all of these, and then we'll combine them here in a moment. There's our Molten Orb. Excellent. So this, let's see, 52 armor. Well, that other one's 64. Plus 10% armor protection, 9% strength, which is better than plus 10 strength overall, and then plus 5% health. I don't think that it's better. Let's see, do you have anything good? No. I don't think he has anything that we want.
Farewell.
Some of the Egyptian stuff looks really cool, but again, no glamour system.
My plans don't involve going back out into that desert. Not after my caravan was attacked. I lost everything. I was bound this way with a full caravan when Dune Raiders attacked. I managed to get away, but they got everything else. Gold, weapons, and supplies.
Unfortunate. And I think that's it. We have like a storyteller, but that's really all for the Oasis proper. There are no other side quests or anything here. So we will head out this other gate. We'll clear this area around the corner. Is there anything here? No. Okay. Then, before we venture any further forward, let's go back to the Fayum Passage, and we're going to clear it out to make sure that we don't forget anything. Make sure that we don't miss something good. It's not very long. But of course it's full of enemies and treasure chests. And if nothing else, we might get some more Vile Ichor, we might get some more Rigid Carapace. If we're very lucky, we may find some demon blood down here. And then once we get to the other end, we can just drop our portal stone there in Giza, and we can teleport straight back to Fayum. No problem. No walking required. Hey, see, there we go. Some Vile Ichor. Ichor, don't even know her. See, this is mostly just a series of small rooms that are connected by those staircases, but here we go. That's it. All there is to it. We'll head right back to Fayum. Easy peasy. Alright, we're going to go out this way. I am going to reset the Rebirth Fountain. I think that might be the first time that I've done that, but if you actually click on and interact with a Rebirth Fountain, you can manually choose the one you want to respawn at. Oh, and I was wrong. I'm glad I saw this guy.
Once I went into the desert, I wandered far, far into the desert. Suddenly, there were stairs in the sand. I went down, and there were chests and chests of treasure. I couldn't believe my eyes. I reached for the treasure, and suddenly beasts charged at me from the shadows. I got out of there and fast.
Well, you are smarter than 100% of adventurers. So now, we'll get a side quest reward for finding that place. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. Look at that. Some random nobody dropped a blue item. Ramses' Scepter. That is another mace. 10% chance of burn, enormous poison damage, 15% chance of fire damage, offensive ability, bonus damage to undead, and importantly, this is part of Ramses' royal armor. So this is not just any blue item, but much like with the Oracle and Necromancer pieces, this is part of a set item. Hey, hey, hey. Now let's see if it's actually better. So we've got 111 DPS, that's 112, and that's 125. Oop, well, you know what that means then. It is finally time to say goodbye to the Trader's Shiv, and we're going to go on to dual-wielding maces, which is wild. So this will be passed on to another character, and yeah, we're going to head on this way. Amazing. You know what? I'm going to save just to make sure, in case something goes wrong. This game's really good about auto-saving, but you never know. You never know. I didn't expect just some mook to drop something like that, but hey, I'm not complaining. Excellent. And we are fighting a lot of undead, so if it's a bonus against undead specifically, then hey. Oh, an experience shrine. Nice. Okay, well, let's make the most of that then. Come on, enemies. Spawn for us. Where are you? Ooh, Titan corruption. Okay, so that means they've got to be around here somewhere. There we go. Come on. There's got to be more than that. Okay, well, we know there's somebody down here. Ooh, massive stone door. That's always good, right? Boss chamber, probably. Hey, now this. Yes. There we go. This is exactly what I want whenever I get an experience shrine. This is exactly what I want. There, let me go ahead, The shrine has worn off, sadly. Thorns is about to wear off too, but... Come on. There we go. Phew. And you'll notice too, there we go, the hidden treasure. So, the monsters could not prevent us where they did prevent our little scamp back in Fayoum. $1,000 gold. I'm glad that we're to the point where monsters are just dropping, 1,000 gold. Let's see what's in this majestic chest. Ooh, another Ujat of Horus. Excellent. Because we know we have at least one of those already. So, alright, we can combine those. The Ankh of Isis. I'm not sure if we've picked that one up before. That's for rings and amulets, and it adds health and health regeneration, which is great, because you know how important health regen is and how much I love it. Sets Betrayal there. We have some of that. Pierce damage and piercing retaliation. And then the Ujat of Horus is armor and armor protection, and that's 4 armor items. Oh, that's right. We leveled up just now. Hey. Let's see. Okay, dexterity and intelligence. That means we've got 3 points over here to spend. Well, I'm going to put a point in our trance, because that has been really useful and it needs to continue to be so. I'm going to put another point in our nightmare, because he has been he's been dying a lot recently. So want to stop that from happening. And then well, I suppose before I dump any more points into skills, really I should be bumping our masteries. The question is it Warfare or Dream? I'm going to go with Dream because we're closer to the top, and also I really want to unlock Temporal Rift, not to mention eventually I want to get Dream Image, and I definitely want to get Sonic Beam. So, there we go. That was a well-spent experience shrine. Okay, let's get back here. I want to drag this out. I'll go ahead and destroy the obelisk. Anything good? Health potion. Need to go into this side chamber as well. Oop, there's nothing but a trap. Fair enough. Sorry to have disturbed you. And... oh, which one of you is the captain? Okay, there we go. Gonna get rid of that aura. A throw stick. What kind of item? You just call something a throw stick. Not even a throwing stick, but just a throw stick. Wild, to be honest. There we go. And this will do it. Excellent. Come on, gather around. There we go. Nice. And not to call any kind of cosmic attention to it, but I almost hate to speak it out loud, but dare I say that it looks as though our graphical issues have resolved themselves too, whatever was going on. Alright. Now we are really cooking with gas. And right here would have been a great place for an experience shrine too. If only. course, you can hardly, like, realistically wish for there to be one every 4 or 5 feet. If there was, then you might as well just get rid of them altogether and increase the amount of experience points that monsters are worth. So, at least in this fashion, it continues to be sort of a treat when you find one. Oh, calm down. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Okay, there's Fayum over there. Okay. The Temple of Atum. Oh look, Atum, how original. Oh god, now I'm making the Egyptian puns. Jail for 1,000 years. I regret my crimes. Okay. The Temple of Atum is where the Eye of Chaos is going to be at, of course. So that means we've just about finished with Fayum. Got this little bit right over here. Ooh, another Ankh of Isis. Nice. Found two very close together. The Sand-Swept Cave. Huh. Well, actually, it does look fairly neatly swept, doesn't it? The floor could be dirtier. Looks pretty clean. Get these Scorpos out of the way. Man, this new mace is really doing the job. Oop, forget that. I can't wait until we get the upgrade where our Warhorn actually deals damage. That's going to be a big game changer. For show. For show. Another Scorpion Closet. This has a second level. But it dead ends pretty quickly, so no big deal. Sometimes those stairs can be a little difficult to navigate. Oh, there we go. Cult Speartail. Oh, and you can see he's got the Warfare Mastery. We got to take him down. You saw the Onslaught indicator there. Warfare v Warfare, man. It's like you have to aim for the bottom of them, sort of thing. The stairwells, that is. Oh god, these gross little nasty... So bad. Oh, I hate fighting them. I don't even enjoy killing them, I just don't want to be around them. Ugh. Grim perforated knife. I thought, like, knife perforates you. In Soviet Egypt, you perforate knife, apparently. Ooh, a bone scarab. Ugh. I think that might be the first time we've seen those. Is that... okay, dead end. We'll get that on the way out. We've got to come back this direction. The Sandswept Cave is actually one of those that, like, it's not super long, but it goes on way longer than even, like, the Fayum Passage, which is odd, considering that that is something that connects two whole different areas of the game. You would think there would be more to it. the Sandswept Cave is one of the larger little side areas. Ooh, stop puking at me. Stop it. Gross. Also rude. Just rude. Ooh, vile liquor. Hey. Won't complain about that. Eventually we're going to need that for, like, an artifact. I know we will. Gold, gold, potion, potion. Oh, there's more to this than I remember. It's turning into a whole thing. Come on. So many scorpions to get through. On the other hand, it's looking like there's a good chance we could level up again before this episode is through. And that would be just great. This is one of those side dungeons where it's really useful to be accompanied by a multiplayer buddy, because then one of you can leave your teleport stone way back at the entrance, and the other can drop theirs at the end so that you can just head back. Man, I did not remember this being this long. Ooh. When they hit you, they slow you, which is... Well, you've heard me complain about that before. If you've been on the stream, or if you've watched my YouTube uploads, then, you know, paralysis and stunning are bad, but slow is worse. Can we be done soon? Is this just the stream now? I think, if I remember correctly, there's a mini boss down here. And like a majestic chest at the end of all this. There better be to justify coming down here and doing it all. How are these tiny beetles living through my distort reality? They're tougher than they look. Respect. Ooh. Just a mob of beetles. These Scorpos, I said before that they're not really much of a threat, and they're not individually or even in ones and twos, but when they mob you like that, they hit very hard and they deal a lot of piercing damage, which can bypass your armor. Aha! There we go. Arak Bone Carver. Need to get rid of him. Yeah, he slows you, so that's definitely something we don't want to deal with. You can see it's usually only when I get slowed or stunned a lot that's when you start seeing her HP drop, like really drastically. Otherwise, most of the time we're okay. Might be time to put another point in Psionic Touch. Ooh, an Ujat of Horus. I think that might make a whole finished or completed Ujat of Horus now that we're carrying without even going back to the caravan. Mallet of Feasting. Lord, where does it end? We gotta get back up top and get to the temple. We still have to find the Eye of Chaos, y'all. See, there you go. You can sort of see the HP decreasing, but it slows as I get rid of the Scorpos. Which, I mean, obviously, that's fairly intuitive. But specifically, it slows like very quickly proportionate to the number of enemies that I'm surrounded by. Gold. I think we're almost out of the woods. Here we go. Goodness gracious. Hey, but we found the Will of Horus. Okay, that was worth it. Okay, yes. That was worth it, for sure. Okay, the Will of Horus is a throwing knife. And, let's see, grant skill activated on attack. It does, there we go, 5-second duration, enormous poison. It deals piercing and fire resistance. And that's only level 11, so that's actually really great. It's not good for us, because we're not using ranged weapons at all. And we also are, not using throwing weapons specifically. But it is a really good mid-range weapon. That will go in the caravan in our collection. And this has been another good episode for the blue items, right? They've been dropping all over the place. I am very happy about that, even if I am very tired from this long walk through the sand-swept cave. But if there's a blue item at the end of it, then generally it is going to be worth the trip. Phew. And once again, as always, it's so much faster going out. Just because we don't have to fight everything. I wish there was a portal a little bit closer. We could teleport out and not have to do this. But that works because I need to finish cleaning out that one initial room that I didn't go through anyway. Just a few more Scorpos and some beetles. And another rigid carapace. Alright, well, that means, because I know for sure we had at least 3. I just wasn't certain if we had a total of 3 or 4 back in the caravan. So that means we've got at least 2 on us. So now it doesn't matter. We are guaranteed to have at least 1 completed rigid carapace, which is awesome. So we should be able to make the Molten Orb. And you'll have to decide, do you want to make the Molten Orb or do you want to keep the Star Heart? I say we can make the Molten Orb and then compare them, of course. I don't think that we really need anything else that is involved in the construction of the Molten Orb for like a different relic. We're not saving it. Boarhide is easy to come by. In fact, I think we have more than 1 completed, which is great. So it's really just the rigid carapace is the only important thing that we're giving up. Even Prometheus's Flame is something that it's a fairly common relic and it's easy to farm. So that's not a huge deal. And if it doesn't increase our DPS, then the worst thing that happens is we put it in the chest like every other item, and some other character can use it. Someone with the Earth Mastery, perhaps. Ooh, ah, there's Isnu the Dune Chieftain. Or Dune Raider Chieftain. Oh, he's got that Meteor Strike power. Alright, let's hit him as hard as we can because he is very mobile. There we go. Luckily, he didn't move a lot that time. Excellent. That's another side quest completed. We'll go turn that in. Oh, don't want to forget this one. We are wealthy with healing potions. Okay, just a few more of these guys. Goodness gracious. That sand-swept cave diversion just... Not complaining, but it was exhausting. Okay, let's head over here to the pass. I'm going to drop my portal stone. Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to hop over here to Fayum, and we're going to turn that quest in.
Isnu, the Dune Raider chieftain, defeated? If it's true, that's the first good news I've heard in days. We'll send an envoy to Memphis. We'll have trade again by the next moon.
Awesome. 12,000 big experience points. Nice. Excellent. And I don't think we need to inform anyone of, yeah, the hidden treasure. We don't really have to tell anybody about that. That's one of those that just solves itself. I don't know if he says anything.
You found the treasure in that tomb? That treasure was mine!
Oh, he just gets mad about it. You should have stayed and fought the monsters, my dude. It could have been yours. No one likes a sore loser. Alright. Now let's finish this up. Let's do what we came here for. We have sided all of the quests, quested all of the sides. Ooh, you know this is gonna be bad. Look at that. The green evil magic, like, flowing out of the sarcophagi. You know this is gonna suck. There he is, Neheb-Kau, the Scorpion King. Okay, well... Okay, he doesn't really stun. Thankfully, this is about all there is. You can see the Eye of Chaos back there. This is the temple, so it doesn't matter that we took up so much time. Like, it's actually okay, because this is pretty much it. There we go. Because whereas with Giza, you know, you have to go through the Sphinx, you have to go through the pyramids, there's a bunch of different diversions. Here, it's kind of like the dungeon you pass through to reach the Temple of Atum is sort of the equivalent of that, I guess, in my opinion. Ooh, Golden Fleece. We're still early enough to let spawn. Let's grab the Eye of Chaos here. Tink. There we go. Okay, now it's time to head back to Memphis, hand this over to Imhotep, and hopefully he can reestablish our connection to the realm of the gods. You'll notice he's moved. He's up here now.
the Hand of Balance. They combine to form the Scepter of Eternity, an artifact of great power. Now, let us make haste and perform the ceremony.
Agreed. Ooh, 2 attribute points and an Essence of Set's Betrayal. Oh, that just kind of peters out.
Why, this cannot be. How could we fail? All that we tried to accomplish has been in vain. It is clear to me that the gods cannot help us. We are now truly on our own.
Them's the breaks.
We must never stop trying. The Telkeen that has been rampaging through Egypt has ravaged a number of sites guarded by the Order of Prometheus. These sites hold powerful artifacts from the ancient war. Clearly the Telkeen is looking for something. Because of the artifacts' mysterious powers, we of the Order have guarded the hidden sites for thousands of years. Now there is only one site that has gone untouched in all of Egypt. In my blindness, I ignored all this because I thought the gods would save us. I was truly a fool. You must go to the tomb of Ramses, the last site in the Valley of the Kings. Head up the Nile to Thebes, and from there to the valley and the tomb. Look for signs of the Telkeen's passage. Whatever he's searching for must not fall into his hands. When you have accomplished this task, meet me in Thebes. Now that we cannot count on the gods to save humanity, we must count on our heroes. Go now!
Boom. Well, that's the right attitude to have. I actually kind of like old Imhotep, you know. He doesn't let it get him down. And I appreciate that, you know, when the gods can't help, they turn to their heroes. That's us. So, yeah. Well, that gate is open now, so goodness gracious. What a ride. What a ride indeed. Phoo-wee. It's been a long one. But we have accomplished a lot. There we go. All this stuff. Yes, yes. Rigid carapace. Excellent. Let's see, which one of these is the worst? Those, we got 2 of those. And then a Prometheus's flame. Excellent. Okay, well, deal with all of that later. And now, since we have the formula still in our inventory, I'll take this over here and make a molten orb, and we'll see what it does. And then I think we're going to call it there, y'all. Here we go. Prometheus's flame. Boar's hide. Rigid carapace. 75,000 gold, which we have. Yes. Boom. Molten orb. So there we go. 11 damage, 36 burn damage, 6% fire and burn damage, 6% physical resistance, 5% fire resistance, and 10% to our physical damage. So the only thing we're really losing, I think, is that 4% to total speed, which is nice, but probably not as powerful as this. Oh yeah, did you see how our damage per second shot up? Look at that. 125 to 142. Awesome. Okay, well, I think that's a clear choice then. I'll put the other one in the caravan, and then I am going to go put this video up on YouTube for y'all to watch sometime tomorrow. So, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you were here. And I hope that you will come back and you will join me again for the next episode of Titan Quest. That will be next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always, which is Miami and New York time here in the U.S. And I hope that you will join me, too, for more Might and Magic 7 on Saturdays at the same time, and for our next upcoming series with Specific Pixel, which is going to be the original Final Fantasy 7. That's going to be on Mondays. So I'll look to see you there. And in the meantime, y'all stay safe, take care of one another, and as always, thanks for playing.